Evolution ya kwati. From kogopo juu ya widespread ya ngwa to kogopo juu itakuwekea risasi. Wapi? Hapa. Katikati. Kwati. 1860s, Wisconsin, USA. Christopher Latham ako busy anapika invention moja ajab, sababu kuna ngori na their tool of work. So wati, kwati, alphabets disarranged but specially designed kufanya typewriters isijam. 20th century, kwati na screens zikamaji. What a match. Ikakuwa ni click click, uko na access ya phone, uko job, click click, uko na access ya home, uko home, click click, uko na access ya job. And just recently in the 254, click click, uko na access ya more than they expected. The underestimated generation ya elites that's proved when tested. Mau bila Ndereti, copy and pasted. Tukua wea mtatudhuru so wenyewe tushajiami. Maji na chupa kwa mkono pekee zilitosha kuwa disarm nyinyi. Then came out the G&Gs, goons and guns, na bado hatuachi. Chini ya maji tukazidi kuvuruga na kwati, na hapo ndo kuna tabu. Utastajabu, freedom of expression ikiwa termed as kukosa adabu. Mama taught me to stand on what is right, kukataa katakata what is wrong, and when it's being forced down my throat alinifunza ni fight. Asiyefunzwa na mamaye hufunzwa na ulimwengu. Hawa si ulimwengu, hawa ni wehu. Kati yetu watu wenye akili timam na kwati wachi. Hizi keyboard ni gun, tukwa aware na the executive arm is at work. The executive gun iko na risasi na ita bila kujali. Well, the other two arms ziko busy zina make love slow. Hujaona erotic scenes za a blue kabuti na koti zikipeana warmth. Come on, come close, utajionea. Shika hii material, ziko cut from the same cloth na iliyosalia wakaunda a suit for their boss. Come close, utaona hii blue coat, the blue kabuti iko na stains za damu ya binadamu, na the way koti inaipatia hikes kwa hamu. Ai walai nikaa hii damu ni tamu. Damu ya binadamu, damu ya mshukiwa, yani damu ya mshukiwa. Suspect alikuwa ni mshukiwa, yani damu ya mshutiwa. Kuku de gra. Hii ghasia ilikuwa na rasta to the ground. Hizo nywele zake kama rasta ndo zilifanya tukamshanda. Hata ule rasta tulimwekelea makosa za kamadara, tulishindwa kukamata na tukamshanda. Kwati korada, hizo vitamini zenu mafuta yake ndio itatumia kuwakaanga nyinyi, plus ule jamaa fulani anadai miaka 7. Wait, hivyo ndo Museveni alianza miaka 7. Hivyo ndo Museveni alianza. Kwati korada, tumeona mkipiga maraundi Uganda nyinyi, plus ule jamaa fulani alituacha kwanza ako si ulikuwa upinzani tusho mbona upigani. Keep the lies bana, these guys are liars. Ukitaka kujua angalia kisogo na the size of the nose. Pinocchio ako katikati yetu, it's time everybody knows. After hapa sijui naendaje home, only God knows. Tulichukua magicians tukawapatia leadership jobs, so abracadabra naweza potea na hiyo si joke. Kazi niache kwa kwati ya kutengeneza t-shirts na threads za Y on X. Mbona amnipati? In the meantime, niko mahali crushed, hoping that one day all this will go beyond the keyboard. Juu punde imechoka, imebonda, ninadai kubonga. And when that time comes, I hope hatutaogopa kuweka vifunguo kwa mkono. 25th June last year tulisheka vifunguo ndani ya keyhole, si ndio? Ndio. Ni tap. Shukran tena sana.
Ni tap the poet right there. There are so many themes in his piece that June 25th kwa kweli ilitupatia content, and that right there is a powerful piece. Kuna pata amesema wakaunda koti for their boss. Hiyo kama imekupita, forget about it. Achana nayo kabisa. Now to our lovely guests today. First of all, we are here today because some big boys in government wamesema we have politicized art, right? First, let me just ask the first question, yeah? Do you think that the government is indeed suppressing our freedom to expression? Tuanze tu kwanza hapo.
The simple answer is yes.
Yes.
The government is suppressing our freedom to expression because this freedom is not absolute. There are instances where it can be limited. But if something is legitimate, if something is the truth, you cannot say that whatever was said was political. No, it is legitimate, it is true. and people are allowed to speak about it. But when you start telling us we can only speak about something that is good, something that is positive, you are limiting our freedom of expression.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we continue, just introduce yourself to Meza, your part. Introduce yourself, then I'll ask you the next
Okay,
question.
my name is Anifa Mango. I am an alumni of Butere Girls High School. I was the lead actress for Shackles of Doom. And I've experienced being banned to proceed the nationals. And I'm currently an advocate, and I'm the petitioner in the matter that I lodged against the Ministry of Education.
I think we should give it up for Ed. Amazing, amazing. I see you. Sibyl, let me come to you real quick. You know, Sibyl, I have watched you grow in art. Tangu primary school. We went to the same primary school and high school, and you were amazing in drama. Pale Buganda dances, pale KNT uka transition. We have seen your growth. Tunakuona kwa ads siku hizi, Netflix, Showmax. Question 1. Would you say that your success came from your growth in primary stroke secondary school in art?
Most definitely. I think that's the most absolute answer. School gave us a platform to actually explore so many things. And so one of them was extra co-curriculum activities.
Yes.
And we had drama, and it always find me in drama, man, all the time. It always got me in trouble. But then, oh well, here I am. So I guess it wasn't so much trouble after all.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I am definitely a product of that.
So both of you are drama kids.
Yeah.
Sibyl, so how then do you feel seeing children? You know, ingekuwa ni wewe your time. What emotions are coming when you see children being tear-gassed for just doing art?
I don't even think when I had the news, I actually understood what was happening immediately, because it just seemed like it was an unreasonable thing to happen. Like, why? I'm so glad that I'm with her, because during our time now, Shackles of Doom was what tulikuwa tunasikia tunashtuka, kwani wamefanya nini?
Yeah.
And so I just think, first of all, those are helpless children. You're probably causing trauma to them without you understanding whatever it is that you're making them go through. And if indeed you're making them just a pony for your whole political game, then it's really unfair. And it's just a sad situation that it actually happened to them and everybody that was around that particular space at that time.
So according to you,
Yeah.
is the government then suppressing the freedom of expression of people?
It definitely is suppressing the freedom of expression of everybody that was involved in that particular play, from the director. We don't know if it was politically motivated because they were friends and then broke apart.
Yes.
But whatever the case, I think art has always been used to mirror the society and what is going on in the society. And so suppressing that because of threats and everything else is a bit just too much from the government, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Anifa, so Wame claimed that we are politicizing art. Is there a way then where we can separate entertainment and political activism, or must they be together?
We cannot separate those two, because you know politics is the basis of everything. The fact that we are here is political. As what we eat, the policies that we make, the leader that we choose, everything is political, the social, the economics. So there is no way you're going to tell us, separate this and this. No. The basis is politics.
But these are children, Anifa.
They are children, but we are here because we were also once children. We didn't just wake up and became adults, and now we understand our rights. So as children, they also have to understand the meaning of their freedoms.
Right.
If we want our democracy to survive, they also have to be able to understand their democracy. And us stifling that is telling them, when you grow up, you're going to become our puppets, but you're not growing puppets. One people who can critique. Yeah.
Okay. So just before I go to Kagina's panel over there, umesema you ulikuwa Shackles of Doom.
Yes.
You were a kid then.
Yeah.
Did you understand the themes that you were talking about then?
Yes,
You did?
I understood, because it is not news that in Kenya there are some parts where they are more advantaged than other parts. So it is not news. And when we were playing that scene, we're not like inciting. It was just like us communicating that these things are happening. They are here. So even for these kids, they know. When Gen Zs went on streets last year, they were there, they saw it. Right. So there is nothing new about it. Yeah.
Just a moment, if I could just add on to that. are we calling those children, yet we're giving them set books that are actually politically themed?
Yes.
Where is the math not mathing? Because how can we read Mr. Hikimea, Kidaga, and then when we go to perform them, no, guys, this is not it. That is being very hypocritical as a government. Because the same empowerment that they're trying to get here is the same one you're trying to give them in the books.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Sibyl Amenjakt Kagina.
Okay, before even come to me,
Yes.
come back to me, I have a question to Anifa.
All right.
Having witnessed shackles of doom, echoes of war, from where you sit, is the problem the script writer or the contents of the script that brought us to this conversation today?
I will say both. I'll say both of it, but it is also a way to sell us fear. Beyond the script writer and the script itself, it is a way to start controlling students, controlling schools. So it is just beyond the script writer and the script. Because during our time, Malala was not a staunch politician during my time.
Right.
He was just beginning the political career. So it is a way to start radicalizing students that you cannot talk bad about the government. Anything that you do about the government has to be positive. That is how they start.
But Kagina, actually, if you read the script till the end, the government, the students,
Yes.
everyone comes.
There's a
There's a
reconciliation.
unity.
Yes.
So I would think the government would actually say, yes, in fact,
Yes.
hii ndio script tunataka kufuata in real life.
Yeah.
But it seems that's
Because
not
in
the
every
case.
play there must be a reconciliation.
Right.
So they should take time and watch that play.
Or even
and
read
see.
the script.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Miss K, even as before we conclude this show, I believe Anifa should explain to us how her name is part of the characters in that play.
You know.
But also to start the conversation on this end of the panel, allow me to start with MC Tricky, who's holding the microphone right there. From where you sit, kuna comment mtazamaji hapo amesema, ni watoto wanakosea wazee heshima, or is the government trying to suppress the freedom of expression?
Thank you, Kagina. Thank you so much for having me here to speak about all this. I'm here to represent the thousands of creatives in this country, and I'll go straight to the point. I do not see any disrespect that the children are showing the government in any way. In fact, it is just a misunderstanding, and the misunderstanding is coming from the bigger person, the government. You understand? Because they are not understanding each other. The children are trying to express themselves. The government is trying to act as if it's not understanding what they are saying. But in real sense, they know what they are saying, but they don't want to show us that they are seeing so that they can elope. It's a tactic of trying to run away from your own problems. It's a bad tactic of excusing yourself. I don't know if you understand me. So they know what we want. They know what these children want. They know what is in that script. But they have to create something so that they look like we didn't know what you guys were saying. They're just playing blind. That's my point.
All right.
Yeah.
And probably getting to hear from another person in the art space. Nyawera, you're an actress par excellence. Probably you can tell us, how did Drama Festival contribute to who you are today? And you feel like there were opportunities where if you were shut, maybe you'd not be where you are today?
Yes, and yes. Drama definitely played a big role in where I am today. And if that was shut off back then, I don't think I would even be in this panel discussing all these things. And yes, the government actually is suppressing our freedom of expression as artists. And they should see art as a strength and not a threat. Yeah.
Butere girls aside, in the space that you are acting in, have you experienced government interference in one way or another?
Yes. I won't name a specific incident, but it was during last year, during the whole Gen Z Mandamano event. And the time people are being kidnapped, people are disappearing, and that time whatever we had to stage, you had to be really careful. We had to go rewrite the script, redo everything just to play safe, ndo usijipate on the wrong side. And that's already suppressing what we actually want to portray. Because we are here as mirrors of the society. And if you take away that mirror, what is the society seeing? Nothing.
All right. Passing the mic to Norris right there. Spoken word artist. You call yourself spitter. What you engage in sometimes involves putting words as they are. From the happenings within the country, from where, as you sit down as an artist to curate your pieces, do you feel like your freedom to fully express yourself is suppressed?
Yes and no. Yes, because you have to be sure that wherever the destination of that art piece you're creating is, they won't have government interfering with what you're doing. We had a show the other weekend on 12th, and the character I was playing was on the other side of the government side now, you know. And I was very fearful of what the audience is going to, how it's going to react, because I was the bad guy, yeah. And from whatever we collected, we realized, okay, one, it all depends on who is watching and how they're receiving it. Because how they received it positively would be different if we took it somewhere else where the other generation. I saw comments here of guys saying, they're disrespecting elders, and I was pissed because that's a very older way of looking at things. With all due respect, I'm not saying old people are whatever, but such people, when they're in your audiences, then you get to feel the whole feel of control, or useme hii, usifanye hii, hapo umeenda sana, hapo umetudisrespect, you know. And I think it's a culture thing probably that we need to work on collectively, how we perceive corrections.
So there's self-censorship of some sort.
Yeah. And I think, again, going back to the point of the whole genesis of drama, where we all came from, it plays a big role in ensuring now we have our own voice to talk about, or understanding of how to express it in a creative way. And I think there's a lot of work to be done, Maze, for us to get there where we can freely do without having to, gauge tunaenda wapi, who is watching, and things like that.
All right, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, we would have invited one, but we invited two. Allow me to pass the microphone to Masongo. Welcome very much. Welcome very much to K24.
Maze kiti ni hot hapa hivi. Na jina yangu ni Masongo. Kuna M before. So kuna wase wanakuwa refuse your temptation ya kuweka K.
Thank you for the clarification. So back to the conversation, when we talk about, freedom of expression, looking at the different scenarios that have been happening, the Butere girls scenario being the most recent one. As someone who has been a student leader, as a youth leader from where you sit, in any way, do you feel your freedom of expression being affected?
I think the question should be, how much your freedom yangu of expression imeaffectiwa kiasi gani?
Okay, go ahead. Answer your question.
95%. If 5% ni nimebakia kukuja hapa leo. Point in case, Maze ni fiti kama youth wanaweza ji-express creatively. Na kwa hiyo expression yao, lazima wakuwe able kufanto. Kufanto ni kufantasize. For example, Tricky hapa hivi. Tricky ajai kuwa elected kukuwa MCA kwa any parliament. But because of art, anaweza ruhusiwa kufantasize yeye akiwa MCA. Na yeye akisema kwa ile space yake akisema yeye ni MCA wa say somewhere else, kwani MCA wa hiyo place anafaa kufeel mbaya because MCA Tricky amefanto. Una get? So youths wengi saizi, alafu kuna points zenye watu wanasema hapa hivi online walahi zinanikasirisha. Point in case mtu anasema ati watu hii kucheza play yenye ina criticize bad leadership yenye tuko nayo in the country ni kukuwa abused ama kutumiwa politically. Mazee wengine wetu tumekuwa political aware tangu tukiwa 14 years. Tumeingia high school, unaingia tu high school hivi, unapatana na kigogo. Before umalize kusoma kigogo, uambiwe kuhusu jamaa fulani hapo hivyo, unaletewa play ingine. Unaambiwa hiyo play bado ina criticize bad government, tumbo lisiloshiba. So kama kuandikiwa hiyo kitu usome is wrong, is good, then kuiplay should not be wrong. Alafu awase awasomagizi vitu understand wanasoma just because wanasema tu hizi vitu constrain wasee kwa space yenye hawawezi ji-express. Watoi lazima waji-express na watoi lazima walearn kutoka kwa wasee kasi. Kitu ya mwisho, most of us here I know tulikuwa kwa maandamano ya Gen Z, si ndio? Hiyo kitu inauma sana, unaona mtoi anakuatia gast kwa ku role play kitu wenye wewe ulikuwa una actively participate. Unaget hiyo? Ni kama ile yenye ma youth tunasemanga, one girl anaambia anachapo kwa sababu ako na boyfriend na wewe unangojea amalize useme uko pregnant.
When you're next?
Bana gava band kila mahali na wasee lazima wakue allowed kuji-express na wasee kama Malala lazima wakue allowed kufanya Kenya wanafanya, si ndio? Cause hata Ruto alisema akiband 2027 atarudi kwenda kufanya farming, si ndio? Sasa hizi Ministry of Farming ikisema mtu yote mwenye kufanya agriculture asijaribu kuweka kuku. It's the same thing ya kusema Malala juu ati yes teacher asijaribu kufunza wa student. Most of the teachers wenye wako kwa hiyo space walienda huko juu walifosiwa. Na wase wengi wenye ni creative, acha nikwambie ukweli. Wase wengi wenye ni creative wako huko nje walifanya engineering lakini wali realize passion yao iko wapi? Passion yao iko kwa creative. Now wase ndio lazima tu allow talent. Talent ikuje first and then formalities baadaye. Kama mtu amefanya makosa kwa hiyo play tuambie what's wrong with the script, not what's wrong with the person, si ndio? If you disagree with the message ni sawa, but if the problem is the message amaze, hapo mna band.
All right.
Tunawaona.
Umefanya vizuri sana kutaja Malala. We had sent out our invitation to Cleophas Malala, the writer of the play, at the center of the controversy. Lakini he chose it, or rather he saw it wise not to come. Tunasema aliband. But moving on to from Masongo, now we move to Daisy. You're in the acting space.
Yes, I am.
Tuambie wewe unasikia ukiwa very free to express yourself as you would wish.
First of all, there's something I like to say. What is acting? Acting is real life on stage, slightly exaggerated. That's according to me. So, our watoto, hizi ni vitu wameona na wakizifanya, it is real life, it is happening. Hatuwezi jifanya ni kama hakuna kitu kama hiyo inaendelea. So I don't see if there's any problem in the play. And if there was a problem, imepita sub-county level, ikapita zonals, ikapita regionals, ifike nationals, ndo mna realize it has a problem. It does not make sense.
All right.
It doesn't.
And maybe back to Tricky.
Yes.
In the same way yenye tunasema creative space ina allow for the children to be politically aware, know what is right and what is wrong, can we also blame the same for tunasoma tumbo lisiloshiba? So kuna wale wana learn from the story, but pia kuna wale wanaamua kuwa na hizo tumbo zisizoshiba. Can we blame it for that?
What I would say is that kuna a very important point that we should all understand, and these big people in the government and the government itself should understand that waache kushukulia ni kama siasa ni yao. You know, there is that assumption that siasa ni yetu sisi mabazu, nyinyi wengine hamfai kwa siasa. You know, politics affects each and everyone's life. Yeah. Nimekuwa nikiona pia kwa mtandao MCA Tuki niki-inject. Na wanamsea ananiambia, wewe stick to comedy. No, I won't stick to comedy if the politics in this country is affecting my comedy. You understand? This actor will not stick to acting kama the political decisions being made by these guys are affecting our lives. So each and everybody is a stakeholder in this politics. Hiyo ni kitu moja wanafaa wajue. And that is why wase waliunda curriculum za shule walipokuwa wanachagua hizo set books. Hawakuwa mafala. Walikuwa wanajua how these kids should understand governance. Because system yetu haina subject ya governance ile okay ni kidogo na ni optional ile history and government. Personally mimi sikuifanya. But how could I understand about governance? Through this literature. So wanafaa wajue waache kugatekeep politics. Ati waanze kufikirianga ati politics ni zao tu. Ati wase wako na kitambi ndio wanafaa kuongea siasa. No. Buda tunaingia kwa hiyo space.
Tutaendelea na hiyo conversation right after this short commercial break. Indeed mesikia wasanii hapa, they have a lot to say about their freedom of expression. Usisonge.
Yes, vuka na cash box na best now mitabonea kama TV mudhagino